Okay, so today I'm going to do some sort of a peachy look. I don't exactly know how this is going to turn out, but I figured, you know, we can hang out, we can chat, we can figure out what the heck I'm going to do for my makeup today and see how this goes. So to start off, I'm just going to prime my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. I've been using this primer so much that I've come to the point where I'm like, should I be trying something new or should I just stick to it? I mean, I go through moments where I love this primer and then I go through moments where I'm like, oh, I really don't know. Because I've been noticing a lot that my nose has been like really rubbing off, or it's kind of been like looking a little patchy, so I don't really know. We'll see. We'll find out. So after I've done that, I'm going to, I think today I'm going to go in with my, let's go, I'm going to go with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Mine's in the shade 2, I think, shade 2. So I'm just going to take like 1.5 pumps and put it on the back of my hand. I think this is only like the second or third time I've actually used this foundation. I'm really into like testing to see how it works, because for events and things like that, I will need to obviously have a decent foundation, and as you can see, a lot of them don't necessarily cover my under eye circles. Okay, so I didn't find that it covered as much as I wanted it to, so I'm gonna go in with an extra, just one extra pump and see if that helps, because I really wanted I want to try it to be a full coverage foundation. I'm most likely going to have to get a new shade because after my trip I am a little bit more tanned than when I bought this foundation, so I'll see. I mean, it's not totally, I don't need it right away, but you know, it's always nice to have. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I almost think this concealer is like a little bit more full coverage than the actual foundation, but we'll see. I mean, as long as it conceals in all the right places, then I don't mind. Blend it all out nicely. Let's see. I mean, it's not horrible. It definitely is a lot more full coverage than the foundation, which is fine. I just need to figure out how it works together, and this being my first time, we will see. So for Easter, my mom ended up getting my sister and I a new beauty blender, and I'm so thankful because when this one goes, at least I'll have one to stock up on. It looks like it kind of covered up all the extra spots. Now I have some pretty dark circles, which is something that I'm working on to see how I can better fix the dark circles, especially for events. Let's use the Fenty powder today because I know how it works. I'm just going to take my Colourpop brush and apply that. So I'm just going to set underneath my eyes, you know, pretty much everywhere in my entire face, as I normally do. I'm someone who really like needs to set my makeup, because if I don't, I feel like it's kind of just like sitting there. And I know some people like really do prefer to have like more of a dewy look, but I just feel so much more like finished when my face is set. You know what I mean? It's like when you're doing nail polish and you put a clear coat on top, like that's kind of what I feel like when I do a setting powder on my makeup. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go in with this trio that I made from, not made, but like picked out from Makeup Forever. It's been my like go-to contour like setting and everything, and I love this for traveling because it's got the 3 things that I need, and all I need to pack extra is a highlight. So I took this one with me, so I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques brush and just kind of like pack that. I'm starting to wonder if I should really just be like baking underneath my eyes, because when I add this, it like adds a banana color versus just setting it with like a translucent powder that won't change the color of the like foundation or concealer. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys do. Do you guys use like a color, or do you just like set with a normal setting powder? How do you set under your eyes? So next I'm going to go in with contour shade. I always find that when I look at contour in the mirror, it looks so less intense, like when I'm doing my makeup, and then when I like go out, I'm like, holy moly, I didn't realize I put that much contour on. Like, someone needs to warn a girl. So I'm gonna try and really blend it out today. We'll see. But then again, when you put contour on and you don't have like any blush or like highlight on, it kind of all looks like really intense. And then once you add that blush and stuff, it kind of all like blends out. But right, then I'm gonna add some color to my forehead, you know, to make me match the rest of my body. I think the darkest foundation that I have is actually like my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and that one hasn't really been reacting that well on my skin. Like, it's for like a really light coverage day, but I don't know, my skin's going through so many changes and I don't know why. Everything works so fine. Okay, so today I'm going to switch it up, I think, with the blush. I'm going to go in with, since it's more or less like a peachy look, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Papa Don't Peach shade. I don't think this is a shade, but it just looks like this. It's a really nice peachy shade. I'm going to take my quill brush, just color up my face a little bit, make me look more alive. It's amazing what just a little blush. I used to only do like blush or contour, and then I was like, wait a second, why can't I just do both? It adds so much extra color and like life to your face. It's crazy. See? Look how much it just like brightens up your face and changes everything. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go back into the Makeup Forever palette, and then I'm gonna take, where's my brush? I'm gonna see if I can like contour out my nose a little bit, but I don't know where my brush is that I use to do this. Oh, here it is. So I just use the Morphe M164 brush and kind of just like tap it in, tap it off, and then I just like carve out my nose just a little bit. Enough to make it like not look all one color, but like your face actually has some dimension to it. And then I just kind of like fade it out so it's not like totally crazy. Sometimes if I add too much, then I'll just go in with like the Colourpop brush that I use to set my face, because it has a little bit left over, and I'll just kind of like blend it out. But okay, so I'm going to go in with Colourpop Luster Dust in Au Revoir, and I'm just going to take it on my Morphe brush and literally just like, oh boy, can you see that? Holy moly. Just apply it around the temples. Oh, I love this. I love this one. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm just going to take one of my eyebrow brushes, the Quo one, and just my dip brow from Anastasia, or Anastasia, however you say it, and I'm going to just fill in my eyebrows. I do have them tinted, and I got them tinted like a week or so before, or a couple days before I went on my trip. So I have been like swimming and washing my face and showering and all that kind of stuff, so it has faded, so that's why I want to fill it in a little bit. Plus, if I'm doing it like a makeup look, I want my eyebrows to look more full And then if I'm just sort of like going every day, at least if they're tinted, then I don't need to like fill them in as much. So I think the shades I'm going to use today, I was going to go with the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, but I noticed that my Colourpop shadows here are a lot more like peachy looking and more on the pink side, so I think I'm just going to take some of these and do like a really light peach look. Nothing too intense. All I'm doing today is recording some videos, so I don't need to be like totally out there to be like out in public. So I'm going to go in with the shade Issues, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. This is just a really nice like peachy, it's matte, but it has that peach undertone to it. So if you're looking for something that's similar to it, just go to the drugstore and see if you can find just like a nice peachy color. Then again, Colourpop is so freaking cheap, so you can order online. Now, when you ship to Canada, you have to pay duties when it comes in, so that's why I haven't ordered from Colourpop in like a really long time, because, well, one, I don't necessarily need anything because I've already got so much makeup and I need to start using all of it, and two, I don't want to pay an extra $20 to get my stuff. Like, it's from Sephora and it's actually, I love it. It's just like a knitting thing and you can wipe your brush on it. So like I just take it and it takes off all the extra shadow that was left on my brush from the last time I used it. So like if I use like blue eyeshadow and I obviously don't want to have like blue eyeshadow on a peach look, then I can just take my brush and go like this and take it off. So I'm gonna go in actually with the shade, let's see, Wait For It by Colourpop. It's this really nice, like, it's more peachy pink, but I think it would be great like in the crease color, and I'm gonna start applying it to like the outer and the inner corners because I'm gonna kind of do a similar look to the one that I did with the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. I really like the way that turned out with the shimmer on the inside of my lid, so I'm gonna do that again here with like more of a summery look. So let's see how this turns out. I friggin' love these Colourpop is just amazing. I feel like all I do is talk about Colourpop on this channel. Like, I think it's just because their product are so reasonably priced that I can justify spending like $6 on a brush instead of like $30 or $40 on a brush that it does the same thing as a $6 brush. So I really like them. Let me know in the comments if you guys like them because I want to know what kind of brushes you guys buy. I'm going to go in with, to darken it up, I'm actually going to take Cannonball and I'm going to take it on that Luxie 205 brush that I mentioned in that video. This one's really great for like packing it onto the outer and the inner corners. So I'm going to just like deepen it up a little bit because it is like already a very bright look, but I'm going to really take that and apply it into the crease and then apply it on the outer and inner corners. Again, because I'm going for that look with the inner and the outer corners being darker and then the center of my eye having a little bit of shimmer on it to kind of brighten it up. I think I'm also going to apply these colors to my lower lash line because I always find when I don't apply any colors to my lower lash line, like it kind of makes my eyes look incomplete for certain looks. Like obviously if I'm doing like a really bold eyeliner and I just want to kind of smoke it out, then yeah, add it to the bottom, like to the lower lash line. But if I'm just doing mascara, I'm not going to take like eyeshadow, like a neutral look. I'm not going to take some one shade of eyeshadow and apply it underneath. I mean, I could if I'm feeling in the mood for it, but like a look like this, I really want the color to stand out. I'm going to take that Quo brush that I mentioned that has literally falling apart. Like it's actually like the paint is chipping off the bottom, but it's just this really nice brush. Again, I talk about it in my brushes video. I'm just going to take each of the shades that I went in with and I'm just going to apply them to the lower lash line. I'm going to take it all the way to the inner corner because I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer to the inner corner as well, so I want it to all look complete. Now that that's done, I'm going to take my finger and which color? This one's more of a peachy color, so I think I'm going to go in with Ready for Yacht. And I'm just going to take like my index finger and I'm going to kind of like rub it in the shade, because I find that doing shimmery shadows, the oils from my finger are a lot better than taking out a brush. So I'm just going to just pat it on to the middle there. I am going to go back in with the brush that I used to blend out the darker shade and kind of make it look a little bit more like blended. So we'll fix it. But it's just so nice having it right on the lid. And then I'm going to take the leftover one, so I'm not going to dip my finger back in the shadow, and I'm just going to pat it like on the inside corner, because I don't want it to be like crazy shimmery, but I want it to like look finished. So then I'm going to go back in with that Luxie brush and I'm just going to like blend it out again, because obviously with a shimmer shade like there is going to be fallout. So I'm just going to blend that all together. There. So now that that's done, I'm going to take some mascara. So I'm going to use the Roller Lash by Benefit, and I'm just going to apply this to my lashes. I'm not going to do any falsies today because I don't feel like it. There. I think this is it. So this is just Sweet Cream by Bite Beauty. So I'm going to put some earrings in and I will finish up the video. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this like peachy, summery looking makeup that I've got going on today. I went and added my peachy pink earrings that I got in my FabFitFun box, and if you haven't seen that video, I will leave it up top somewhere here so you can take a look to see what I got. And yeah, so I used some Colourpop shades. I used a lot of my go-tos. I tried out 2 different products together, and this is kind of what I came up with. So if you like these sort of like spring inspired makeup looks and you want to see a little bit more color instead of neutrals on my channel, then please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe before you leave so you can make sure that you see all of my upcoming videos, because I'm going away in May and I'm going to be posting some travel vlogs, possibly, potentially in multiple places in Europe. So make sure to subscribe down below, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!